Rhythm is life, rhythm is soul. I say let's get it right this time. Let love unfold.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. I wanted to start today with do we really get the significance of now? What it is just now. And what can you compare it to? What can you possibly compare now to? What has as much significance as now? What can you compare it to? But we do. I'm not feeling so great today, but yesterday I was on top of the moon. Really? That's some sort of a comparison to now? Look at the aliveness of now, the beingness of now, conscious, aware, how significant this is. We're going to compare this to something? How do you even compare this to yesterday? Seriously. If yesterday still existed as a now, then you could compare this now to that now, couldn't you? But yesterday doesn't exist as a now. There is just now. What are we going to compare that to? We completely, totally miss this, the significance of it. And instead of living here, we live here. And we've been doing it pretty much our whole life. We live here. Bumbling along in life. Yeah. Missing now. Not aware of it. Not seeing it. How amazing it is. What's more important, now or a thought about yesterday? Or a thought about 10 years ago? Where's the livingness? Where's the aliveness? Where's the actual experiencing occurring? Compare the direct experience of this here, now. Compare this to experiencing the mind and being in the mind. Like, really? And then we dive into the mind and look for answers to try and arrive here now. It's totally absurd. And this is what I mean when I say, and others have said, what you're looking for, you already are. What you're trying to find is already here. We're so used to using the mind as a tool, yeah, that we then, try and use the mind to reach this. and wonder why we can't find it with the mind. The mind's not conscious. It can't experience this. It can't experience this. That's why seekers stay seekers for years and years and years. What can you compare now to? Even when you tried to compare now to something else, you'd be trying to compare it to something else now. This is so in your face obvious, so absurdly obvious, so obvious, so simple, so clear. Unless, of course, you're taking yourself to be the person that the mind is producing. Then it's not clear at all. And then me scrambles to try and find this. Me's a pattern of thoughts. That pattern of thoughts is not conscious. It can't experience this, which is also what I mean by nothing's ever happened for this person or me. It can't experience anything. Nothing. It just makes up stories about experiences. It just makes up stories. And then the story becomes the experience. You know, you'd have two different people coming up with different stories about the experience. And they've experienced the same thing, let's say. Which story's right? Which do you listen to? Neither of them. So it's about coming to see that the mind, seems to work autonomously. We've tried to stop it. We've all tried to stop it, either by using drugs or, meditation, distractions. We keep trying to stop it. If there was a way of stopping it, we'd have figured it out by now. And you gradually come to see you can't stop it. You can't cease thoughts altogether. And, often like when we're in this, say this forum, we don't realize that, when a question is being asked, we don't realize that is the mind asking that question. We think it's me asking that question. After all, it seems to have sat quite closely and personal to us. Me and my thoughts and my body, and now these are my questions. The questions arise as thoughts. Why are they any different to any of the other thoughts that we're aware of throughout the course of the day? Why do we assume they're different? It's all arising. All the thoughts are arising. You're not that me pattern of thoughts, and you're not that me story. You know, that big backstory that we've got. All the things I've done and all the things that have happened and where I've been and what I've experienced, and that's the illusion. Nothing ever happened. Whilst we're operating from the me, yeah, the me's going to struggle to hear that. It's really going to struggle to hear that. What do you mean nothing's happened? Me will say, this has happened and that's happened, and I remember this, and this. But even that is just thoughts. What do you mean nothing's happened? I remember this. That's just thoughts. Speech is verbalized thought. And there's this idea that it's me that's asking the question. You know, and myself and others have been saying for a long time, there is no me. How could the me be asking a question? This me that we're taking ourselves to be is just mind. It's mind. We take that to be who I am. The mind and what it's saying and what I'm saying about the mind, which is just the mind crapping on about the mind. You're not in there. That is not where you are. In reference to the mind, yeah? You've got to be aware of the mind. There's awareness of it. Now, where are you aware of the mind from? Right here. You know, this here that we completely, constantly continue to overlook. Yeah. Everyone's sitting on their butt right now in a chair. It's here that you're aware of mind. It's here. And it's this here that me's going looking for. You're already here. Because the mind can't experience this here-ness, it goes, like, I don't know, like what? What's the big deal? I don't get it. What's the big deal? Because it can't experience it. Mind's got concepts and ideas about what this here now is, and it takes those concepts to be the here and now. No wonder it's the here and now is kind of a bit bland. It's a concept. There's no reality to it. It's not alive. The concept's not alive. The concept can't experience. It's a concept. There's just this, and anything you say about this using the mind or thoughts is wrong. There's nothing you can say about this that's right. Even to say it's here is wrong, because here implies time, past and a future, and here. Everything is just happening. The heart is beating, the lungs are breathing, food is being digested in your tummy, blood is flowing in a certain direction around the body. There's more cells in our body, apparently, than there are stars in the universe. All working away, doing their thing, whatever it is that they're doing. There's too many of them to know what they're all doing, right? But they're all doing, and I'm in charge of the body. It's absurd. The bodily functions are happening. All this stuff is happening. Fingernails are growing, hair's growing. And then it's not a big leap from there to go, oh yeah, thoughts are happening. They're just happening too. Feeling or a sensation in the body, that's also just happening. Why the big leap? Why is that such a huge leap? Clouds are floating by in the sky. Seasons are coming and going. Everything is just happening. And then mind steps in, because it works dualistically, and says, why is it just happening though? Who's doing it? Yeah. Religions are born right there. God's doing it. Oh, okay. Well, God's a concept too. Every little thing. That movement that just occurred right then for you, Malcolm. Yeah. And I saw you saw that. Like, it's whatever, picking a bit of dog hair off yourself or something, whatever it was. Yeah. Just, yeah. It's beautiful. I know how absurd it must sound when somebody says, look, you're not your thoughts, or you're not your mind, you're not the body, you're not the feelings. None of that's you. And you go, but feels like me. I can feel that. It feels like me. Yeah. And then we examine that. What's actually occurring when that happens? What? Mind will automatically, that's happening to me. Really? What's actually happening? What's actually occurring? What's the direct experience? Mind is so quick. Oh, I'm the body. Yeah. And that's my head, and I can feel knocking on my head. Okay, where's that me? Where is that me that just said that? Where is it? It just spoke, apparently. Yeah, that's me. I can feel that. Yeah. Just a verbalized thought. That's all. That's all. There's no one there. There's no me there. It's not there. Okay. I'll leave it at that and see what comes up for anybody. Nothing might come up. Wouldn't that be good if nothing came up? That's what we're trying to experience, right? Nothing. Stillness, quietness, calmness. But then we go about trying to create that or find that, and we get real busy trying to find this stillness, this calmness, this quietness. Well, while we're looking for it, it's real busy. It's not quiet. It's not still. It's not calm.
Terry.
Who's that? Debbie, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, like I've been really aware or noticing how what you were saying, how thought creates that story instantly, like about absolutely everything. And I kind of like to explore that more to see how that's happening, to realize it's only happening now, isn't it? It can only happen now.
Only.
Yeah. So thoughts can be about, they'll instantly make up, like I just saw a bird fly by, like, why is that bird, it's like, it's incredible.
Yeah. Unbelievably creative.
Yeah.
Unbelievably creative.
And then it makes a story up about where the bird's going and what could it be doing, or where did it come from, like from a past or a future, or.
It's busy, isn't it?
It's
so busy.
Stop.
It's so busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. What it's doing is it's constantly creating an imagined reality. It's constantly doing that.
Yeah.
Constantly. That's why I try and get people to experience. Some do, and it can take a while for others, but I try and get people to experience what it would be like if all of a sudden you were struck with amnesia.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything would go dead quiet. There'd be no more reference point. There'd be no more backstory.
Yeah.
It would just be
backstory.
It would just be dead quiet.
Mm.
Then there might be some thoughts of, hope I can eventually get my memory back. I don't know who I am or where I am. But not a whole lot goes on compared to what ordinarily goes on when we don't lose our memory.
Yeah.
It's so busy. You're right, Debbie.
Even without the me thoughts, even without a thought that's referring to a personal self, there's still story is made up about everything.
Yep, including the me.
Including the me, but including
everything. Everything. The world that we believe we are experiencing, the world we are actually experiencing is the one made up in here.
Yep.
And we don't realize it. We totally don't realize it. We don't realize that's where we're living.
Yeah.
We've no idea that that's the case until you start to analyze, hang on a minute, what's actually going on here?
Because it's totally 100% impossible to step out of the now.
Yeah.
Or to step into someone else's reality, or to step back, 5 seconds ago.
It's gone. It's not even gone. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say it's gone implies the past. It was once here and now it's gone. So normally we refer to it as the past. Oh, it's gone now. It's gone into the past.
Yep.
What
It
past?
moved.
What past? Yeah, it moved. But mind, because it's binary or dualistic, interprets everything as past and future and here.
Yeah, and it's very good at creating that sense of movement, though.
Say that again.
It's very good at creating that sense of movement of, moving through time and moving the body, while the body's doing things. It's really seems like the body is doing the moving.
Unbelievably creative. That's why this is not seen. That's why the truth is not seen. It's so clever.
Yeah.
How this whole thing is set up. It's so incredibly clever how this whole thing is set up. Unbelievably so. Yeah.
Yeah, the moving the body is a big one I'd like to look at, because it seems like the body is moving. Would it be true to say the body is moving?
Would it be true to say that mind is saying the body is moving?
Yeah. But the body's moving, look at that.
Compared to where? From where to where?
From
where?
There.
From where? From where? The where doesn't exist with the now.
So when you're saying now, you're not even talking about that now. You're talking about, I don't know. That's what I can't get yet.
Yeah. Hand is there, which is here. Now it's here. Okay? And then it seems to do this. Where is it now? Here.
Yeah. Okay.
But mine goes, oh, it was there and now it's here. It's always here.
Wherever here is.
Yep. Here is only here.
Yeah.
Here's never been anywhere else. Can't be anywhere else. It's always here. That's what I started this conversation with. What do you compare here or now to? It's only mind that would do the comparison. Yeah. Mind will say, hand is here. Oh, now it's here. They're both here's. But then mind will say, it was here and now it's here.
Yeah. You wouldn't know it without mind.
Correct.
You wouldn't know without mind. There was here and then there was there.
Correct, because it's dualistic. It's just the illusion that it sets up. It's dual. Yeah. It's a wonderful instrument. Yeah. But when it's creating a pseudo world and a pseudo person and so on and so on, and then and even that, the pseudo world and the pseudo person is totally fine.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it because it is what it is. It's just happening everywhere by the billions around the world. That's just happening. Yeah. And then there's a handful of us, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter. There's no reason. Yeah. There's a handful of us that start to wake up to what's actually really going on.
Question that.
And there's no me here to question it. There's no me here that wants to wake up. There's no me here that wants to get this. There's no me here that wants to understand this. It seems that way. I understand. It seems that way. Yeah. Now I'm on a spiritual path. Oh, now I've found non-duality. Oh, yes, okay. Now this is all me talking, right? Now I'm starting to see that thoughts just happen and, oh, yeah, but.
Who cares?
When all of that stops, you'll laugh your head off. There hasn't been a me seeking. Hasn't.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
It's just part of the play then, part of the appearance.
Yeah. But compare this appearance
Yeah.
to this.
That's what you're pointing is starting to, like become more and more aware of that.
Yeah.
Than this. And it's only a few weeks ago, this was going, but I just want to feel alive. I just want to feel this, that twigged.
Me can't feel alive. Me
No.
can't feel this. You can.
And then it finds a memory of a time when it felt really great about something, and then wants that back again.
Yeah. And the memory is not the event.
No.
The memory is not the event. What the hell are we feeling great about? The memory is not the event that made us feel happy in the first place.
Not the experience.
It's totally not. Yet see how cunning it is? We have a memory about some event. We go, oh, yeah, that was, and we start to feel, and it's like it's real.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Here's where it is. Here is the living. Here is the aliveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you're pointing out so beautifully.
Yeah.
Doing a good job, Terry.
No one here doing that. It's
Even though mine's still like, oh, it's a bit dull here. It's some, that's still hovering a bit. But so what? That's just
that's
those
okay.
thoughts just getting less and less sticky.
Good. That thought, oh, it's a bit dull, or me going, oh, it's a bit dull. Yeah. All mind is experiencing at that point is the concept of this.
Yeah.
Here. And it will be dull. The concept's not alive. The concept itself is not conscious. The concept itself is not the beingness, not the consciousness, not the awareness.
Yeah.
It's a concept.
So the concept is like, here I am sitting in a chair, looking at, the same old room. That's the concept. Is that
Correct.
what you're talking about?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Because that's what mind tends to do. Mind
right.
will go, well, I've seen all this before.
Yep.
It's not really particularly exciting.
Yep. And mind hasn't seen anything before. There's no me sitting on a chair. And there's no one here, actually. No one here going, oh, this is good or this is bad or this is blah, blah. That's all it's a construct.
Yeah.
A mind construct. It's a concept. Mind can only have a concept of what here is, the direct experience.
Yeah.
Only has a concept. That's why we kind of find ourselves going,
So the concept is,
it's a bit bland. It's a bit bland, like, where are the fireworks? Like, what's going on?
So the concept is who I am and where I am and what I'm doing and all that little sort of story
what you're trying to find, what you're trying to experience,
what you need, what you want,
what consciousness is, what awareness is, what being is, what the body is, what a sensation is. That's all concept.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then mind goes looking for a better or a bigger concept and doesn't know that that's what's going on. Mind has got no clue, doesn't realize that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Does no clue.
Mind is looking for the aliveness.
Yeah. Yeah. As though it's a thing
Yeah.
that the mind can capture or find. Yeah. And this is not a thing. Yeah.
But it's, yeah. Or it is.
Yep. Yep. It's just stepping out of the the illusory story, the illusory world that the mind has created. Yeah, there's an illusory world in each and every person. Yeah. And they're not the same.
No.
Dear God, they're not the same. They're not the same. Yet there's only one now. There's only one here. There's only one world, one planet, one. Yeah. And what we take to be the world is what we think the world is. And I'm telling you now, what you think the world is ain't the world. It's not it.
You can't experience a world, like as in a whole planet. You can't experience. You can only experience.
Experiencing.
Yeah. There's no experiencing a world.
Experiencing, full stop. Mind doesn't like that one.
It gives it nothing to do.
Yeah.
Out of a job.
Yeah. Just experiencing. Full stop. No thoughts around it. Nothing. Just. That you're taking to be you, that you're taking to be the world is imagination. It's not you and it's not the world. It's not. Yeah. We're missing the aliveness. We're missing the beingness. We're missing the consciousness, the awareness, the here-ness. We're completely missing it because we're living in an imagined world. We're in there.
That's where the attention is.
Pardon?
That's where the attention is.
Yep.
In that. Yeah.
Yep.
That is being given so much attention, it seems to be more real.
Yep.
Than.
Yep. It's just absurd. Like,
it is absurd now.
compare a tree that you're seeing right here, right now, and you touch the leaf. And then you smell your hands and there's a scent from having touched the leaf. Yeah. Now compare that experience to imagining that same tree in your head, in the mind. You'd be lucky if you even touch it. Most likely it'll just be, that's just another tree. You don't want even be no attention on it.
Yeah.
We're missing everything. We're missing everything.
Yeah.
The aliveness, the
We're missing the aliveness, yeah.
Yep. The beingness. Everything is being.
And it doesn't need labels or understanding, you know. It doesn't need to be understood.
Nope.
The tree doesn't need to be understood to be known or experienced.
Yep. Nor do you.
Sorry?
Nor
do I. Yeah.
There's no you to be understood.
Yeah.
There's no me in the tree, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's no me here either.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
And there's no me in a thought. You know, because that old
me is a
mind,
thought.
it seems like there's a thought and there's, you know, like there's two, like two thoughts, two me's going on, but there's no two.
It's just thought.
Yeah.
Both.
Yep.
It's just thought. In the absence of which, yeah, amnesia, you disappear.
Yeah.
That tells you straight up what the me is. Straight up. Can't get any clearer than that, than what the me is. It cannot get any clearer than that.
Mm.
Yeah, we create amnesia. The whole me completely disappears. What we fail to see is what's left.
You know, young babies, they don't have any me story.
Yeah.
But they're clearly aware.
Yeah. The me comes later.
Yeah. That's incredible, really, when you
The me comes later.
food.
That's why we can only remember back so far, Debbie.
Yeah.
Me hasn't been created yet. Can only remember back so far. Yeah.
Mm.
For this personal sense of me that says I'm separate and there's a world out there, it can't come into being until language is learnt.
Mm.
And how old are kids before they really sort of start to get a little bit of a handle on language?
It happens fairly quickly, though. But
I mean, it does, but there's a long period of time there where there's no language.
yeah, yeah,
Dualistic language I'm talking about.
yeah.
The child will cry when it's hungry.
Mm.
Yeah. That's a form of communication. But there's
Yeah.
no me in the child going, I'm hungry, I'm going to get some attention to myself.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
No,
Yeah.
not for the child, but it happens for those perhaps caring for it. They're going, oh, that child is always trying to blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the story. Oh, see them happen. It's horrible, really.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we believe we're responsible for this me.
Mm.
Dear God, we didn't even put it here. We didn't create it.
No.
We're not one iota responsible for the fact that this me is the way this me is.
Mm.
Yeah. It's all conditioning, language conditioning, environmental. That's why I sometimes say, you know, if you were born in Africa, Debbie, no exposure to the West at all, no technology, no idea what a mobile phone was, let alone the internet, right?
Mm.
Your me would be completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, completely different.
Mm.
Yeah. And then we're walking around like we're autonomous. Yeah. I'm responsible for me, and you know. And then you look at yourself or look at other human beings. Yeah, especially these human beings that think they've got free will.
Mm.
My God, all human beings do is react, constantly reacting. Where's the free will in that? Seriously.
They're reacting in the moment too, aren't they? In the now.
Yep.
So
Constantly reacting.
yeah.
Where's the free will in that? Seriously.
Mm.
Yet we think we've got free will. Then have a close look. See what's actually happening. All that's going on all the time is constant reacting. Even your own mind reacting with itself. You know,
Mm.
you're reacting with somebody that walks into the room with you. It's a reaction. Where's the free will in that? Seriously.
Yep.
Like, seriously, see that. Where's the free will in that?
Mm.
You can't even choose to not react.
No. No.
Terry,
Malcolm, yes.
I can't even change my views.
No.
Can't. They're just views.
Yep.
I didn't even ask for them.
Yep, that's right. That's exactly right.
And I can't change them.
Yep, that's exactly right. What choice did you have? What choice did you really have? Finding yourself, discovering yourself, sitting here where you are right now in England, and you could have been sitting in a million trillion different places on the planet.
Could have been Italy, Terry.
Yep. Yeah. It's all just happening. Yet we believe I have free will and I'm choosing and I'm doing this and, you know, I'm steering this ship and free will. It's so absurd that that's believed. So ridiculously absurd that that's believed. All human beings do, or all minds do, is react. So, free will. Yeah, right. Come on. Just see that. See that. See that for yourself. Watch other human beings. Watch them reacting with one another. React. And they think they've got free will. And the reaction is happening spontaneously. Here now. Boom, 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 boom. Where's the free will in that? Yet they'll tell you they've got free will. They will. Yeah. Now see this for yourself. All that's ever happened your whole life is reaction. React. Your whole life. React. Where's the free will in that? Really? And here's the thing too, yeah, from moment to moment, you don't know how you're going to react. You don't know what's going to happen until it happens and you find yourself reacting. Where's the free will in that? That's funny.
Even when that's seen, it still happens.
Yep.
It just happens.
Yep. That's the point though. It's just happening. Yeah. Although, you know, when me drops and all the lights turn on, there's still reactions that just take place. Very different though to the sort of reactions that take place when this seeming me is present. Very different. You know, then it's just becomes stuff's just happening, as opposed to, oh, I'm reacting. Oh, that's me. Oh, I'm reacting. Oh, I shouldn't have reacted that way. Oh, they deserved it. Fuck them. Whatever. Yeah.
But surely those thoughts could still come too.
Yep. Totally can. Everything is just happening. You know. You know, for transparency's sake, yeah. Sometimes I'll get a response from somebody on YouTube or whatever, yeah, and I'll read it and I go, "Oh, you fucking smart ass, fuck off." I do.
It was actually that I was thinking about when I said that.
Yeah, fuck off, go away, you know. But I don't. But see, there's no story around that. That's just what happened, and then it's next.
What drops away is there's no, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done it that way. I shouldn't have reacted like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was a bit surprised how I reacted when I had to deal with a local government person and I wasn't happy with the way they were dealing with it. And I'm going, I just was really frank.
But see, the point there
Nice
is,
change.
I understand, but see, the point there is there's nobody reacting. There's just reacting. It's the ing. There's just reacting taking place. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's only not okay after the reaction has happened and mind steps in and goes, "Oh, that wasn't very spiritual. Oh, what's wrong with me? I shouldn't have done." Bullshit.
Yeah, it was fun.
There's still going to be, this kind of reacting thing that happens.
And still in the flavour.
But in the absence of me, when all that backstory and the meaning, the personal meaning drops, yeah, the reacting is complete. It's just reacting. And it's okay. Totally okay. Absolutely, completely okay. And you'll laugh because even all the reacting that the supposed me was doing, that's okay too. It's only not okay to the me. Oh, I don't want to be reacting this way. Like the me has got some sort of fucking choice in it. None. Even the thought that comes up, oh, I wished I hadn't have reacted that way. That just happened too. That was a reaction from the reaction. And on and on and on. Yeah. And then we go, oh, yeah, I got free will. Bullshit. It's so easy to see. You don't. You totally don't.
I think the thing I've seen lately too is that there's still the same flavour of reacting and experiencing. Like, it's not like because you start seeing stuff a bit clearer, then what's happening here with this being changes. There's a flavour is the same.
Yeah.
There is a Terry flavour and a Donna flavour and a Debbie flavour.
Sure is. There is. Sometimes
it's not what you think it is.
Yeah, yes. Sometimes it's referred to as the character. Yeah, which might be shaped by genetics or, might have a particular sense of humor, Like in the objective world as such, yeah, no two things are the same. In the objective world, no two things are the same. Everything is beautifully unique. That's in the objective world. In the subjective world, it's all the same. There is no difference. That's it. So it's got to bring up some sort of curiosity around the subjective world. What the hell's that? What's that? And it's all the same. See, consciousness is not a thing. Out there in the objective world, everything is a thing, seemingly. Right? It's a thing. Consciousness is not a thing. My experience of being conscious and your experience of being conscious are the exact same experience of being conscious. Same. Not different, one iota. Your experience of being and my experience of being, same. It's not, I'm aware here and Malcolm's aware there, and there's two different kinds of awarenesses going on. What we're aware of, which is the objective world, will be different for sure. Yeah. But the direct experience of awareness itself, or consciousness itself, the beingness itself, is the same. It's not different. Now, watch the mind try and get a hold of that. Huh? But, I'm experiencing my subjectivity here, and clearly Malcolm would be experiencing his subjectivity over there. As though the subjectivity is a thing. Then you ask the mind to go looking for, okay, what's this, this subjectivity? What sort of a thing is it? Let's go looking for it. What is it? And the mind goes, it enables me to be aware of. That wasn't the question. What is this direct experience of subjectivity? What the hell is it? And whatever you can come up with in terms of what it is bullshit. You can't. You literally can't. Because as soon as we start to talk about it, we objectify it. Straight away. Language does that. But in your direct experience, like if you, let's say I was looking at Malcolm now and he was looking back at me. And both of us were residing in the seeing. What difference would there be? Not the seer, not that's seen, in the seeing. Is the seeing dependent on a seer? Or is it just seeing? It's not dependent on a seer. It's not. It's not even dependent on something being seen. Even when we do this, they're seeing. No objects, gone. Everything's gone. It's still seeing. The seeing's, it's not personal. The seeing's not personal. It's just seeing. Dogs are seeing. Birds are seeing. Dolphins are seeing. Seeing. Mind steps in and wants to personalize it all. wants to divide everything up. Yeah, but my seeing is going to be different to a dolphin's seeing, surely. Or my seeing is going to be different to an eagle's seeing. It's just the seeing is the aliveness. That's the point. I've said this before. The seeing doesn't say, hey, Terry, have a look at this. And then Terry has a look. The seeing's already happening. The seeing doesn't comment on anything. The seeing itself doesn't work dualistically. None of the senses do. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. They're not dual. Until mind steps in and says, I smell that rose. And we go looking for the I that's claiming to smell that rose. And if you really look, all you discover is the sense of smell, the olfactory. The hell's that got to do with the I? The I's not smelling anything. I see that tree. Really? Where's the I that's seeing that tree? Or is it just seeing? I feel like I've talked a lot tonight. Does anybody want to? Has anyone got any questions?
No one's game to after all that.
You know, if this is resonating, trust the resonating. Trust it. Yeah.
What I noticed, Terry, is when you started saying some of that stuff, and it wasn't clear. Instead of going into mind, I just stayed open.
Yeah, leave
and
it.
I don't understand it, and it's actually okay. And it's actually better to just sit with the resonating than to try and chase what did he mean by that.
Yep. You know, sometimes I get people to have a read of Nisargadatta's book, I Am That. Yeah. And they start reading, they get bogged down in it, trying to work out what this means and what that means, you know. And I've lost count of the amount of times I've said this. Just read. What resonates will resonate. What doesn't, leave it. Read on. Just see what jumps out. Because the only thing that would be trying to get its head around this and understand this would be the mind. And the resonating that we sensate, if you like, that's not mind. Yeah. It's another truth that resonates in us. You know, mind kind of, you try and work it out, you kind of can't, but there's just something in you that goes, yes. That's not mind going, yes. Something else resonating. Stirring. You're right, Donna. That's really, really sound advice. Don't try and work it out. Just sit and be completely open and see what lands. That's all. Yeah.
Having said that, I read about a page of Nisargadatta's book and gave up because I couldn't understand it. Might have to go back to it.
And all I would say to that is, I understand. Just keep reading and see what jumps out.
How long ago was that, Donna?
a few months back now. I think things have shifted since then, so I could give it another go.
Oh, you might be amazed. You might pick that book up now and it'll just be like boom, 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 stuff you missed before. Yeah. And the stuff that is resonating, it's got nothing to do with Donna that it's resonating. Yeah. Like you guys know that. You can read through a book. I've done it. I know there's people here sitting here that have done it. You read through a book, get from the start to the finish, you go, well, that was a pretty interesting book, or that was a profound book. And then you'll pick it up again and start reading it from the front to the back again. And all sorts of other stuff jumps out at you that didn't jump out the first time round. What the?
Well, that's exactly like listening to these recordings again. Things
Totally.
jump out that you didn't hear. There's so much value in that.
It totally is.
Just go, I was sitting there. I know I was sitting there, but I just didn't hear it that time. So
Yeah. Yeah. Me can't get this. And the fact that you're drawn to this and you're sitting here, it's got nothing to do with the me. Nothing. And when it resonates, it's got nothing to do with the me. Nothing. You're right, Deb. Donna, yeah. You just keep fronting or keep reading on. Yeah. If you're sitting here and you're listening and the mind, you know, might hear something come out of this mouth and the mind sort of is trying to work out what it is that, you know, or that, yeah, but, you know, and all that, leave it alone. Get out of there. Leave it alone. Just be clear. Just be here again. Be open. Just be open. And see what, because while you're trying to work it all out, yeah, you're not hearing what's coming after it that might resonate, and you've missed it. I'm trying to work it out. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Just be. Just be here. Just be. Listen to this listening that's happening, and let's see what happens. Because whatever it is that's happening, I'm telling you now, it's got nothing to do with a me character. Nothing. Whatever it is that's happening. Why? Because there isn't one. There's not one.
We should just be able to take that as a fact, Terry, just that there's not one. Just accept that there's not one.
That's it.
Rather try to
It'd be all over
work
there.
it out.
I know. Yeah. But it's a good point. It's like you do eventually come to see, oh my God, like there's literally not one. Not, you know, yeah, I understand that there's, yeah, it makes sense that there's not. That's not the direct experience of there's not one.
No.
Like there's not one is like, holy shit. You'll start to piss yourself laughing. You can't not. Can't not. Can't not.
Seems like anytime it doesn't feel like the direct experience, the mind must be involved somehow.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the direct experience, which can only ever be here now, yeah, the mind calls that bland.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Anytime. That's a dead giveaway.
It is. It is. Totally is. It just means mind is still active and me is still active and the imagination is still active and there's still an imagined world going on, imagining what this is. Imagining what this is.
No wonder it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, it's imagined. Like, you know, you might see a tree in your dream when you're asleep at night. Compare that tree that you see in your dream when you're asleep at night. Compare that tree to a tree here when you're awake. There's no comparison. Absolutely no comparison. Now compare this, like this, compare this to what goes on in your head. There's no it's just chalk and cheese. No comparison. Yet we're living in our head, thinking that that's where the world is, and that's where I am, and that's where the life is, and everything's happening, and it's here. All that happens is you just awaken to that. You awaken to it. Like you. No wonder this is called awakening or enlightenment, or, you know. Tell you what, it's a shitload lighter, enlightenment. Yeah, it's a shitload lighter being here present now, yeah, and not having to, and having that absent. Paul Hederman refers to it as traveling lighter. Traveling lighter. How's Janine?
Speechless.
Really? Fabulous.
It's like that now really disappears when that thinking kicks in again.
Yeah, it does. We become unconscious. Yep. We literally become unconscious of being conscious. We become unconscious. Yeah. That's not to say that consciousness is absent. It is. Yeah. We just fall into the story. In the process of doing that, we become unconscious of being conscious of consciousness. We become, yeah. That's exactly what happens, Janine. Yeah. Great. That's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah. So true. I've got,
Yeah, even in the thinking of a question, now's gone.
yeah.
Or get lost in that thinking about thinking of a question.
Yeah. What happens is we get lost in reaction. React. It's just thoughts reacting with other thoughts, and whilst it's doing that, it's building a story and react. And it's just building a story. React. Where's the bloody free will in that? Just see what I was nearly going to say then, and I stopped myself. Where's the? And I changed it to free will.
Oh God, I love your language.
It's what it is.
It's great.
It's not. I'm not going to appeal to too many. evangelists or, you know, Christians. But hey, all right, whatever. It's just a sound. Just a sound. And we place a meaning on that sound, and then another big, huge story around. It's just a sound. Symbol. Oh, yeah, but Jesus.
It's just because something I heard this year, it's really stood out. One of your fellow luminaries in Melbourne, Indian chap, he was involved in he met the translator of I Am Nisargadatta in his later life. And apparently she said in Marathi, the language he spoke, I am, which as we know, is what he supposedly kept on coming back to again and again. Well, it's secondhand, but she apparently said that in Marathi, it would have been better translated as that which perceives I am, which takes it back a bit. It makes it a bit more, for those who have no idea anyway, it gives it a bit more
Yeah.
meaning.
Yeah. That is aware of. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe that was a brain fart on my part, but I thought
No, it's valid. Yeah.
Is that
We're all
referring
aware of our own little me's. We're all aware of them. Then we make the mistake of believing that it's me that's aware of me. How the hell can that be? How can me be aware of me? There's a major flaw in that. A major flaw. In other words, that is aware of the me is not the me. But we say, yeah, I'm aware of me, meaning me is aware of me. Huh? See the flaw in that?
You know, I suspect I'm not alone, but I think the most common trap for me, and excuse the expression, is let's say that I really am the one who's just watching, but what I see is, say, tension and pain, and very rapidly the watching one becomes a me who doesn't want that, who wants that to go away.
Yeah.
So there's a very quick transition from actually just watching to it becomes
Me
conditioned.
watching and me having an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's watching doesn't.
Doesn't have an opinion.
Correct.
Yeah. And really isn't affected by those, whatever the pain and tension is, whether it's physical or psychosomatic.
Correct.
And probably only repeated practice can help overcome that. It's such an habitual tendency.
It's just a gradual chipping away, Des. Gradual coming to see. You just come to see more and more and more, and more dawns on you, more and more and more. Yeah. And that's what I call the stirring. A stirring from waking to the dream. There's a stirring. Start to come to see. Hold on a minute. You got to go, Janine? No, you want to? Oh, was that Malcolm? Malcolm's gone. Okay. And you can't make yourself see. It just happens. You can't create dawnings, insights. You can't create those. They just happen. Yeah. Like you can't create falling in love with somebody. Can't do that. It just happens. Yeah. But since, we kind of need to be exposed to this, which is a part of the process of it just happening. Yeah. This process is about coming to see there is no personal me. There is no personal self. And that just simply, slowly dawns.
Or dawns again and again and again, but doesn't.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Until it dawns and it just stays dawned. Then there's no going back.
Yes, I found it very encouraging when you said, you've probably said it often, that with the final point, it seemed to come out of nowhere. It wasn't like some simple, obvious transition where there it is, I'm knocking on the door, it's about to open.
Yeah, no. Didn't see it coming. Not for 1 second did I see it coming. Not for 1 second. So, what's the moral to that story? It's always darkest before the dawn, or don't give up just before the miracle happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see it even in mundane. I'm not much of a handyman, but often you've reached a point where you're trying to get a screw undone or something, and you're just about to give up.
And
there it is.
Yeah. Yes, I've totally experienced that. Yes. Yep. Yep. It's the Sagadatta used to refer to it as earnestness. It's got to become, and you can't make it become. It either is or it isn't. Yeah. But it's got to become the most important thing in your life. And if it is, great. If it's not, go and do yoga. Seriously. You just torture yourself otherwise. Yeah. But if and you'll know. Yeah. There's just something in you that's just so strongly drawn to this, so strongly drawn to this. Yeah. Then you trust that. Trust that. Yeah. Work, do what it do. Only what you have to do. Then sit still. I'm not talking about with your legs crossed and going om. Just sit still and observe what's happening. Yeah. And for a while, where the observation is on the mind, watching it jump here and do there and create stories and how it creates a me and how it creates time and what is this idea of free will? Oh my God. And you start to see that's rubbish. Yeah. Then the natural process from there is you just lose interest in it. Why? Because this becomes interesting. And you can't make this become interesting because that would be mind trying to make this become interesting. And mind only has a concept of this. And then what it will do, it'll chase after a bigger and better and brighter concept. Yeah. See for yourself if what you're hearing come out of here is true. See for yourself. See, you absolutely have the capacity to see for yourself. Yeah. You'll never hear me say believe. It's rubbish, belief. Yeah. See for yourself. See if what I'm saying and if what indeed others are saying about this. See if it's true. You're in the best seat, absolute best seat to check it out. Yeah. All we are aware of is our own individual storying that's going on. Thoughts that are going on, sensations that are going on, the body that's going. Man, you're in the best seat to check all that out. See what's really happening.